Good morning, Year 9. So, today's our last lesson before the half term starts. You get a nice week off next week, so I hope you enjoy that. Today we're going to look at adding and subtracting fractions. So that's your title for today. I actually think I've got the date wrong, haven't I? So what is it? Is it the 22nd? It is, yeah, 22nd, sorry. So the date's the 22nd of May today. And what I would suggest is that, see how you've got two learning objectives here? I would just write down the second one because we're going to focus on the second one the most. Okay, so the second bullet point here. So pause your video whenever you want to, and then we will get cracking. So make sure you've copied that down and that you're ready to go. So here's your first kind of example. Now you'll see here, it says we can add and subtract fractions with the same denominator really easily. And that's because it makes it easier when they have the same denominator. When they have the same denominator, you can just simply do as follows. So say we've got 2/3 add a third. I've got 2 of something and I add 1 of something. So of the same thing, basically. So it's the same denominator, so it's the same thing that we're adding. So 2/3 add 1/3. All we have to do is add the numerators together. So 2 add 1, which is 3. And then we keep the denominator the same, because what we're really saying is 2 of something, add 1 of something gives me 3 of the same thing. So the denominator stays the same. So we've got here 3/3. Now that can cancel. If we divide by the top and bottom by 3, we get 1. Okay, so 3 divided by 3 is what that means. How many 3's go into 3? And it's 1. So our answer to 2/3 plus 1/3 is 1, once we've simplified our answer. So when you have got fractions with the same denominator, you literally just add the numerators and keep the denominators the same. That's all you have to do. So that's the first example. Make sure you've got that copied down. Let's have a look at the next one. When we add or subtract fractions with different denominators, then we must find a common denominator. So when they're different numbers on the bottom, we need to make them and adjust them so that they do have the same numbers on the bottom. So write down this example number 2. So we've got an example of adding fractions for part A, and we've got an example of subtracting fractions for part B. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to do the adding, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to do part B. So 1/4 plus 1/3. 1/4 plus 1/3. Let's have a look. So let's write it out again. I've got 1/4 plus 1/3. And I need to try and make them have the same denominator. But the rule is the denominator has to be in both of their times tables. So what number is in both the 4 times table and the 3 times table? Let's have a think. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, blah, 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 blah. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 is the smallest one that is in both of their times tables. So I'm going to choose 12 to be their denominator. So I'm going to put 12, and that is the common denominator. Now they have the same denominator, we're going to be able to add them really easily. But I'm sure you've heard this before. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So what did we multiply 4 by to get to 12? We times it by 3. So we have to do the same to the top. What's 1 times 3? 3. What did I multiply 3 by to get to 12? I multiplied that by 4. So I need to do the same to the top. 1 times 4 is 4. So now they have the same denominator, and I do exactly as I did before. 3 add 4, I add the numerators, which is 7, and I keep the denominator the same. So my answer is 7/12. There's another way that you could think about it. A kind of little, a little trick that you could do if you're not confident with adding fractions. What you can do is you can multiply the 2 denominators together to see what your common denominator is. So that will give you 12. then you times 1 by 3, and then you times 1 by 4 to get your numerators for each of them. I'll show you again down here. So I'll show you kind of that method down here. So we've got a quarter plus a third. First thing we're going to do is times 4 by 3 to give me my denominator. Then I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to do 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 4 is 4. And I add them together and I get 7/12. So there's a little trick that you can use. Multiply the two denominators together and then cross multiply to get your numerators. Okay, that's only if you're not really confident with it and you just want to find a way that works for you. Okay, so let's do the next one. Let's do 7/9 minus 2/5. We can do exactly the same thing, we just need to take away at the end. So 7/9 minus 2/5. So let's multiply the denominators together to see what our common denominator is. It's 45 and 45. Then we need to do this. 7 times 5, 35. Put our takeaway in the middle. 2 times 9, 18. So we need to do 35, take away 18. So if we take away 20 and then add 2, that's the same as taking away 18 rather than counting down. So that gives us 15 plus 2 is 17. So 17 over 45. And I can't cancel that anymore because nothing goes into 17 that goes into 45. So that's my final answer. Okay, if you need to go through that again, rewind, go through it a couple more times just to make sure you're really confident with it. So here are the questions I'd like you to do today. There are 16 additions and subtractions. So the first 8 are add and the second 8 are subtract. Okay, so just be careful there. So do those in your book. There's a little extension question here if you fancy doing that, okay? And so here are your instructions. Please submit a picture of your work on the Google Classroom or email me a picture. Any questions, you must email me, contact me. I'm here to help you. Please don't just sit there stuck, and have a great half term once you're done. There are answers attached to the PDF just there, okay, so that you can mark your work and check what you're doing as you're going, all right? But these are the questions I'd like you to do. Remember, you need anything, just ask me. Now, when you get to this, when you get to an answer at the end, like 7/12 or 17 over 45, these two you couldn't simplify, but others you may. So say you got an answer at the end which was like this, 8/10. You need to simplify that to 4/5 to get your final answer. You need to check if you can simplify your final answer. Otherwise it won't be correct. Okay? So that's a really important point to make. Anyway, I look forward to seeing your work and I hope you have a lovely half term, Year 9.